if you ask me where I come from, here's what I do.
And the next video, or the next video book review we have, is Being George Washington, once again, by Glenn Beck. I love this guy's, the way he writes and everything. This is Seeing the Indispensable Man. This is a really great book. I was in Barnes & Noble, and I knew I like Glenn Beck, and I really needed to learn more about the Revolution. I needed to learn about George Washington, and so I decided to pick it up. And the first couple pages, I was, you know, kind of read through them, you know, hum, but then I decided to really get focused in on it, and I'm telling you, it is a really great book. Usually, I'll go through a chapter or two a night when I'm reading, you know, before I go to bed, but this book here, this would literally fall back on my face when I fell asleep. I'd pick it back up and I'd start reading it again. That's how good it was. This thing was done in about 2 nights. But it tells you all about his time in the, both in the Revolutionary War as president, as well as in the 7 Years' War, also known as the French and Indian War. I think Glenn's main deal here is to humanize George Washington, because we always look at him as this greater being and this unattainable greatness. And it's really not that way. He brings him out to be a man. He brings out his flaws, not in a way to condemn George Washington, but to say, hey, he really is like you and I. He had flaws too, just like we do. So we don't have to be perfect to make just as much of a difference as George Washington. There was a saying saying we can't all be Washingtons, but we can all be patriots, which I believe is true. But at the same time, probably a lot more of us can be Washingtons than we realize. But like I said, he humanizes him. He brings Washington to a more personal level. Between every really good story he tells, he takes a step back and say, okay, this is what Washington did, this is how he did it, and this is how we can be more like him in our day-to-day duties as patriots. But there's also really, like I said, really good stories, and probably the best one I've heard from George Washington was when he was in the 7 Years' War. He was actually fighting for the British. Before the Revolutionary War, of course. And he was going through the battle, and he was remarking at how cowardly the British were for running away from the French and Indian troops. He was trying to hold the line, and this guy got 2 horses shot out from under him. His general, General Edward Braddock, got shot and killed, and he made it back. Not only did he get those 2 horses shot out from under him, but when he made it back, they were sitting around a campfire. And one of the privates noticed he had 2 musket holes through his jacket and 1 through his hat. And the Indians had actually said that he was protected by divine providence and he wasn't even worth shooting at. But this is definitely a wonderful book. You can go through this very quickly. It's the best storytelling I've read in a long time. So just go ahead and check it out and share it with your friends.
There's a lady that stands in a harbor for what we believe. And there's a bell that still echoes the price that it costs to be free. I pledge allegiance to this flag, and if that bothers you, well, that's too bad. But if you got pride and you're proud you do, hey, we could use some more like me and you. Where the stars and stripes